did you, so thinking from the perspective, from a lot of people who are married, have 7-8 years of work experience, and they come and they think that after 7 to 8 years of work experience, and knowing the fact that they have a kid, they have a lot of other liabilities and expenses to take care of as well, and a lot of not that kid is a liability. That's not what I mean. It came out in the same sentence. And they said,
Yeah,
I'm going to either go to IIM Ahmedabad or ISB. I can't afford to think of international. I think you are a very strong
yeah,
inspiration for those people. And I always say that if you want to go to Ahmedabad or ISB, go for the value of the education. They are amazing
yeah,
programs and the fact that you want to stay in India. But don't
yeah,
choose the ISB or IIM Ahmedabad just because you think you can't afford an international MBA. You know what I mean?
definitely.
Did you try any
Yeah, yeah.
programs? Did you have that in mind? Why or why not?
No, I did not apply for any Indian program. So there were many reasons to that, Jatin. First of all, um, so I was from a non-traditional background, and one of the reasons I wanted to go, come to the US was that I knew that um, a top American school I would have a much better shot at expressing my candidature there because of there is a mix of creativity and some risk taking element in my it was there in my story. So I somehow felt that it would be it would have a better audience in the US. The other thing was I was very much interested in making a global career, and I could not see that in the Indian schools. Of course, these are great schools, all stellar schools, and I would actually say that it's tougher to get into ISB or these schools than some of the schools in the US, of course. But I think I wanted to take that risk, and I had already been to the US. I had visited these schools. If you remember, I had visited Cornell and the whole East Coast belt. So so my experience talking to the alum there and professors and current students back then, it was so positive, and that's why I think I really liked your idea that I remember uh, a very summery day, and it was like 46 degrees in Gurgaon. I came to you and I said that I'm just thinking of visiting those schools because what, otherwise I can just visit the websites and all that stuff. So you said that if you can go, just don't think twice, and that actually really helped me because Jatin, whatever you say, yes, the challenge is bigger, right? When you are married, you have a family, uh, but what you, I won't say what you earn, but it's like the fruits that you get, the kind of network you build, the rigor that program has, but the benefits you reap, whether it's financially or in terms of the kind of people you work with and the ability of the chance to make a change, the leadership roles that you might get here are very different. And just look at it this way, uh, and this also I'm reminded of that conversation with you. I'm going back to that circle because I think it will be relevant, that when I got through Rotman, you told me that don't underestimate that school, because if you go to Toronto, Google Canada will be in Toronto, right? Amazon will be in Toronto, and which is very interesting point. So that was my thinking. If I'm gonna work for an American company, why should I go and work in a head office, right? Why should I work in a satellite office? Although of course, India is doing really well, but I wanted to see what is on the other side of the wall. So, but I would like to say to all those students who are in that dilemma, that you don't know what you don't know. So don't underestimate this statement, right? Take a chance. If you get through a good school, I'm telling you the chance is really worth it. Financially, what happens is, like my case was as bad as it could get, but just look at it this way: a loan of $20,000, like I took the entire loan, right? It basically comes down to $850 dollars per month, right? And of course, if you have if you get a salary, I think the average salary for, I think, Stanford and all, like top B schools, is around 130 or something. I think 126 it was by, right? So even if you get 120, 126, that means that it's just it's just a smaller proportion of what you'll be earning here. But the other perks, the opportunity to be working with, say, top 100 employees of that company, right? You have a global career, you'll be traveling all across the world, you'll be working on projects that will be executed in different parts of the world. So don't miss out on that opportunity just because you have the option of being comfortable for a year or two. That's what I would say. It's definitely worth it, the connections and all the other materialistic things. Yeah.
I want to add to this a little bit because you brought in the context of class visit, and this is my message to all the applicants from India or elsewhere who are applying to international programs. See, if you're spending $200,000, $150,000, it's absolutely fine to add another $4,000 to it to make a class visit.
Exactly.
Go to the US, travel across the world, travel across the schools, see them face to face, and it's really worth it. A lot of people will come and ask me that, hey, if I make a class visit, are you certain that I'll get an admit? Because that will be the only reason of making a class visit. I don't know, right? If you're dating somebody in the US and you really like her, or you really like him, and if you make a visit to see them in the US, is it certain that they're going to agree to spending their life with you? No, but your chances really go up. Show up to the campuses, meet people, do information interviews, and more than that, you are a customer. You're making a buying decision. Before you make that buying decision, go and see them.
Yeah.
I think they say in Toyota production system, Ganjing and Butsu. Go and see it. Go and see it.
Yeah, exactly.
That you had made a class visit, but I think that was a great decision. That was really, really great.
Yeah, definitely.